Once upon a time, in a charming village nestled at the edge of a vast, mystical forest, there was an enchanted garden that no one had seen for many years. The garden was said to be filled with magical flowers and guarded by a wise old owl who could answer any question. In this village lived a small, timid hedgehog named Hazel. Hazel was known for her curiosity and her kind heart. Every day, she would listen to the stories the elder animals told about the enchanted garden and dream of exploring it one day. However, she was always too afraid to venture into the forest, fearing what might be lurking in the dark woods. One sunny morning, the village faced a problem. The crops were not growing as they should, and the villagers were worried. The only hope they had was the enchanted garden, which was rumored to have plants with magical properties that could restore the land. The village elder called a meeting and announced, "We need someone brave to find the enchanted garden and bring back a magical flower. Who among us will take on this quest?" Hazel's heart raced. She longed to help her village, but was afraid of the journey through the forest. Despite her fears, Hazel decided to step forward. "I will find the enchanted garden and bring back a magical flower." The villagers were surprised but cheered for Hazel. The elder gave her a small, ancient map that showed the way to the garden. With a determined heart and a small satchel for the magical flower, Hazel set off on her journey. As Hazel entered the forest, the trees seemed to whisper around her. She followed the map's directions, carefully navigating through the thick underbrush and overgrown paths. The forest was beautiful, but also mysterious, with every shadow seeming to hide a secret. After a while, Hazel came across a shimmering stream. The map indicated she needed to cross it, but there was no bridge. Just as she was wondering how to get across, a friendly beaver named Benny appeared. "Hello, little hedgehog," Benny said with a warm smile. "I see you need to cross the stream. I can help you, but first, tell me why you're traveling through the forest." Hazel explained her quest to find the enchanted garden and bring back a magical flower to save her village. Benny, impressed by her bravery, offered to help. Using his skills, he built a sturdy raft from fallen branches and logs. Hazel thanked Benny and crossed the stream safely. Continuing her journey, Hazel reached the edge of a dense thicket. According to the map, the enchanted garden was hidden within. As she pushed through the thicket, she heard a soft, melodious voice singing. Following the sound, Hazel found a beautiful golden bird perched on a low branch. "Welcome, traveler," the golden bird said. "To enter the enchanted garden, you must answer a riddle. What can you hold in your right hand but never in your left?" Hazel thought for a moment and then smiled. "My left hand." The golden bird chirped happily and fluttered its wings. "You may enter." Hazel carefully made her way through the thicket and emerged into the enchanted garden. The sight was breathtaking. The garden was filled with vibrant flowers that glowed with a soft, otherworldly light. In the center was a grand, crystal fountain that sparkled in the sunlight. Hazel spotted a large, radiant flower in the center of the garden. It was the most beautiful flower she had ever seen, with petals that shimmered in every color of the rainbow. She knew this was the magical flower she needed. As Hazel approached the flower, a wise old owl perched on a nearby tree spoke. "You have done well to find the enchanted garden, but taking the magical flower is not enough. You must also make a wish for the well-being of your village." Hazel closed her eyes and wished with all her heart for the village's crops to flourish and for the land to be restored. The owl nodded in approval, and the magical flower's light grew even brighter. With the flower safely in her satchel, Hazel made her way back to the village. The journey home seemed shorter, and the forest seemed less intimidating. She crossed the stream again, thanked Benny, and returned to the village. As Hazel presented the magical flower to the elder, a wave of warmth and light spread through the village. The crops began to grow lush and green, and the land was restored to its former beauty. The villagers celebrated Hazel's bravery with a grand feast. They thanked her for saving their village and admired her courage. The elder spoke. "Hazel, you have shown us that even the smallest among us can achieve great things with a brave heart." From that day on, Hazel was no longer timid, but was known for her courage and kindness. The enchanted garden remained a symbol of hope and magic, and Hazel's story was told for generations to come. And so, Hazel lived happily in her village, always ready for new adventures and eager to help others in need. The enchanted garden continued to bloom with magic, and the village thrived under its blessing.